How do you think Chris Hemsworth did in portraying your father?
Terrible.
Oh, really?
Dad was cheeky and innocent and humble, not cocky and arrogant.
Great shot. Go!
Bloody hell.
That'll do.
That's straight as an arrow, slightly to the left of the post, as he said.
Good shot, Fred. Say right. Yep, that's fine.
It's on the fairway. Just.
Fred, your father was 45 years old and you were 5 years old when he passed away.
Yep.
What do you remember about the short time that you got to spend with him?
One of the most entertaining memories of him lighting a bonfire in the bottom of the garden, and it got out of control and set the silver birch tree on fire as well. And I thought he was panicking and flapping as one would. And my brother and I just found it hilarious.
Yeah, as you would.
Yeah, at that age, yeah. Eating, cooking, well, I don't remember him cooking much, but I do remember a massive bowl of spag bol. That was his, and he had his own designated bowl for that meal only.
A big kind of spag bowl.
Yeah,
Love that.
Yeah. But yeah, funny memories. I do remember going to the track. I think it was probably Silverstone mostly, when he was commentating.
With Murray Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, what a combination that was.
We were confined to the Marlborough hospitality bus while he was working.
Oh, okay.
My ball's here.
Okay. You remember kind of going to Grand Prix with him and in terms of, him commentating with Murray Walker and...
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, again, very vague memories, but it's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember the hospitality bus and the I suppose it would have been grid girls in those days looking after us.
Yeah, you can't, no grid girls no more.
Oh, it's pathetic, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Fuck's sakes. Oh God, he's got his rangefinder as well. That is keen.
I am a proper keener.
Seriously keen.
131.
I could have told you that. That's better. Has it gone too far?
Right. Just left of the green. Oh, way too far right.
Oh good, he's not as close as I thought he was going to get. Pretty close though.
That's short. Oh, great shot.
Go on, get in there. Ah, not
shot?
bad. He's in range of putting.
What a shot.
Nice one. I'm quite pleased with that shot of the day. We'll call it a day after this one.
On the first hole. Puts the pressure on my shot now, doesn't it? Sit. That's not very good. A lot of people assume, Fred, that when you're the son of an F1 world champion, you kind of grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth a little bit, a very privileged life and lots of opportunities that came your way purely because your father was a Formula One driver.
Yeah.
But that wasn't kind of the case in your situation. You had to really graft for a lot of when you're younger.
Well, yeah. I mean, because Dad died when I was young, and he, drivers in those days didn't get paid anything like they do now, and yeah, I was raised by my mother, which was wonderful. She made me the gentleman I am today, which I'm very proud of. But no sort of, certainly in terms of motorsport, no help there. I mean, my uncle helped me out a bit when I got started, but the rest is pretty much all I had to do myself.
And because you went in, when you were younger, your first love actually wasn't racing, it was polo.
It's horses, yeah. So my mum was from a horse racing background, was horse mad, so I naturally grew up on the back of a horse, and at the age of 15, well, as soon as I left school at 16, I turned professional polo.
And so when did you make the transition from polo to do some racing?
That was...
And why did you make that transition?
2 years later, I was invited to the Festival of Speed, and someone said jump in, drive the car, and it was only the previous day that my mother and I had sat down and said, right, what are we going to do with the remains of the horses? They're old and knackered and we didn't have £500,000 to replace them. Because polo ponies, the better you get, you need better horses. You can't really compete with an average horse. The horses, no. It's like going to a Grand Prix in a Formula Ford. Right, yeah. This is not going to happen. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you need the horsepower. Okay. And they are bloody expensive. So we thought, right, what are we going to do? We'll try and get a job playing for another team on their horses until I can build up some money and buy another string of my own and carry on that way. And literally an hour after making that decision, I bumped into a friend and said, come to Goodwood tomorrow if you want. And then I was invited to drive the car. And he says he was a ex-racing driver turned polo player, and he said, Fred, look, you're not a bad polo player, but you started a bit late, and you don't have a farm, you don't have horses behind you, so you're never going to make it. Then I bumped into the England captain, and he said, Fred, look, I'm England's #1. and I'll be lucky if I take a 20 grand profit at the end of the year.
That's it. Wow.
So he said, yeah, take the opportunity to go racing. So that's what. So.
And you're able to get a bit of sponsorship behind you, obviously.
Yeah, the first season we got sponsorship, but then it was rather tough after that.
Were you a bit behind all the other racers that were coming through the ranks? I mean, you started late.
Well, absolutely. I mean, not only did I have zero experience, zero knowledge. I mean, well, I was so ignorant of motorsport and racing cars. I didn't even know there was a difference between a racing tyre and a road tyre.
Right.
I mean, it was laughable. But then when I got in the car, and I was actually quite quick.
Oh, a little bit slow. Okay.
He's in.
Bogey.
Right.
Not very good.
Oh, that was terrible.
Unlucky.
Greens are a lot faster than I
I'll give you that
expected.
one. You can have this one.
Fucking hell.
It was a gimme. It was a gimme. Let's go to the next
I still want to get the bloody thing in there.
Go on then.
You bastard. There we go.
There we go.
It's a real gentle touch, isn't it?
In 2013, Rush, the movie which focused on your father's rivalry with Niki Lauda, came out. How do you perceive that movie, and how do you think Chris Hemsworth did in portraying your father?
Terrible.
Oh, really? That's not the reaction I was expecting.
No. On the whole, the movie was great.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. However, they changed a few details completely unnecessarily.
Okay.
I don't think, one thing that really annoyed me was premeditated aggression. Dad punching the journalist. There's that scene there. Dad did punch people, and it's all recorded.
Yes.
But it was never premeditated.
Right.
You know, it was all spur of the moment because he got out of the car and he was hot with adrenaline, and someone touched him and he just lashed out.
Well, there's that famous clip, I think, of your dad when he got out of the car and a steward came up to him.
And he dropped him on the track.
He punched him.
And then he said, "I'm so
sorry."
sorry.
I'm so sorry. It was brilliant. I thought it just showed your dad's character amazingly.
So yeah, the premeditated aggression I didn't like, and I don't think Hemsworth did a very good job. He didn't do any research as towards the character.
Did he reach out to you or your family at all?
Not the family at all.
Wow.
Jochen Mass, he spoke to.
Okay.
But Jochen Mass, that's one opinion.
Sure.
And I don't. He was his teammate, and also I'm guessing he probably spoke to some of the other McLaren team members,
right.
but he didn't speak to any of the family to really understand the character, and anything like that showed.
Yeah.
And particularly in contrast with Daniel Bruhl did an absolute masterpiece of Niki. He asked Niki if he could live with him for a couple of weeks to learn his mannerisms, and Niki said yes, and I thought that's real professionalism. Yeah. Whereas it looked like Hemsworth just winged it really.
Right. So as a whole, did you like the movie, or did you find it hard watching it because it is your father and you want him to be portrayed in the best way possible, obviously?
Well, it's just that, Dad was cheeky and innocent and humble, not cocky and arrogant.
Right.
And that's why I thought Hemsworth seemed cocky and arrogant to me, and that was the most upsetting part, because Dad. People loved Dad for his character and then for the way he was, and that's what Hemsworth completely failed to capture. Whoa, look at that, straight as an arrow. It's slightly off to the right. The wind caught it, didn't it?
Not bad, straight. Yeah, pretty good, Fred.
Didn't get under it.
That's all right. Great shot. Bloody fantastic shot.
Not bad.
That was awesome. Oh no, that's too much.
Oh, you bugger. Roll on, roll on.
Not bad, Fred. Oh no.
It's way too hot again. Go on, get in there. Oh.
It's a lovely game of golf, isn't it?
Putting is not my strength at all. Oh, good putt.
There we go.
That's a good, very good one.
Yeah, give me.
Cracker.
Good?
No.
That should be okay. Over the trees. Fred, I'm going to do some quick fire questions, okay?
Quick fire questions.
Quick fire questions.
Right, okay.
What was your first car?
First car was a Volkswagen Passat, 2-litre diesel, that was hand-me-down from Mum.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
Favourite track?
Favourite track? Probably Le Mans, actually. I love Le Mans.
Would you rather time travel to the past or to the future?
Past.
Why?
Future's looking pretty grim, isn't it?
Which driver on the current grid reminds you most of your father, if there was one?
None really. I mean, Kimi was the closest, I suppose.
Kimi Räikkönen?
Yeah.
Go to karaoke song.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. You know, DC said the exact same thing to me.
Really?
I have no idea who Meatloaf are.
Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. Come on, man.
I will go check it out. That's on me. That's
Something from Meatloaf. No,
Meatloaf. I haven't heard of them.
Meatloaf?
Never heard of them.
Really?
No.
Have I said the wrong name?
No, Meatloaf. You don't know who Meatloaf is?
Maybe that's just a me thing. Finish the sentence. Freddie Hunt is happiest when he's...
In nature.
Good shot. Yeah, good shot.
Slow down, slow down. God, they go so fast, but that wasn't too bad.
That's a great part. That's a good part.
Still too hard.
Just a little bit. That's a gimme.
Nice.
There we go.
He's back on form.
There's a lot of talk around the FIA at the moment, and you know, they're cracking down on drivers using bad language, swearing. How do you think your father would have fared with today's rule book?
Well, he was sort of fundamentally against all rules on the whole, really. But he was also, you know, he was a polite gentleman, so I think he would, you know. But you're talking mostly about team radio when they're
Yeah, you see,
yeah.
A bit of
if they don't like the
blinding.
language, you know, I'd say let the drivers talk to their team, however like they want to talk. That's between them.
Sure.
If they don't like the language, then don't air it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, exactly.
On team radio discussions, I think
Sure.
it's, you know, the teams and the drivers should be able to use whatever language they want to between themselves.
Yeah.
And then if the Sky or the BBC or whoever, if they don't want to
broadcast it or not is up to them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's Freddie'd that one.
Great shot. Go! That's a good shot there, Fred.
Bit short.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go just gently over the the bunker. That's what they're called. Over the bunker, and it's just gonna hit that little thing and then roll and go straight into the hole. Go on. Just
Oh,
as
what
I
a shot,
said.
Fred.
Okay, I missed the hole, but
That's a great shot.
thank you. I think I'm closer.
I think you are. You're just better than me. Your dad was known for his larger-than-life personality. What's one thing you think the public don't know about him, or didn't know about him?
Well, I think his professionalism, his dedication gets overlooked because of his
Shenanigans off the track.
Exactly, and you know, the way he behaved at the track. But he was deadly serious, you know, and worked extremely hard.
I mean, he goes down as one of the greatest British drivers of all time, and he retired at the age of 31, I think. Was that when he retired?
Oh, I haven't done the maths. So it's 79 you retired.
Right, yes.
So you must have been, about that.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, that's young, and you wanted to do other things, kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's in those days, you know, one's primary objective, well, I think most drivers, their primary objective was to get out voluntarily.
Yeah.
And he won a championship, and he wasn't in a competitive car.
Yeah.
And so he thought, well, I think in his own words, he said, I'm not prepared to risk my neck for sixth place. So.
Same with my grandfather. My grandfather at the same point, he retired at the age of 33, 34, and after 99 Grand Prix, and he just said, I got out alive, like, let's kind of count my eggs here and run, you know, just...
Yeah, we had a lot of success, didn't we? So.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting thing how people view it now, and you kind of go, Formula One drivers want to stay in the sport as long as possible, and back then it was, I think it was perceived as you want to get in, achieve what you can achieve, and try and make it out alive.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, bloody good job. So this is par 3, so that's one over then.
This would beat me on this hole.
If I get this in.
You pot this. You're just better than me if you make this.
If I pot it.
If you pot it. Come on, Fred.
All right, uphill.
Uphill, gonna go this way.
It's gonna run that way.
Yeah, it's gonna run that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
oh, you bugger!
Great
Still
try.
Overshot it again. It's just too much enthusiasm.
Stupid game.
Yeah.
Well, look, Fred, thanks very much for joining me. I really enjoyed it. Guys, Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think about the video, and be on the lookout for the next guest we can get. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you soon.